sizes and shapes. Our rug experts in every showroom are ready to help. BOGO Rugs, going on now at Home World Rugs.
The First Warn Weather app. Download it today.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozorowski. We have torrential rain and a tornado warning in our area. Let's send it straight over to our First Warn Weather Center and Chief Meteorologist Greg Barnhart.
Yeah, we definitely have a new tornado warning. We're not talking about the one that was in just north of Caledonia. If we kind of zoom in, it's the one now that's a little bit further north. So we have a severe thunderstorm warning going through La Crosse County, just southwest of La Crosse County, but the tornado warning is actually for further north of it. It's a cell just north of the main one right here that is showing a little bit of sign of rotation with it too. Now getting close to maybe Highway 53 here, going to pass here shortly. So that's the one that we're kind of eyeing right now. If we kind of go through the steps and see if we can actually see anything more on radar. Right now, there's a little bit of a signature right there. You can kind of zoom in. That tornado warning is once again in effect. If it comes back up, there you go, 6:30 for those areas, portions of the entire county, but that little small area right there, just northeast of New Hatford, going through 14 right now. There is a signature right there. You can see where you want. Look at the red and green together. It is a little bit of tight, smaller one, not like the one we saw with the Yucatan, that one that came through there, but there is still some rotation, so that is a tornado warning. Definitely take shelter. Obviously, the whole area's got a very strong thunderstorm coming, severe thunderstorm coming through it, so you want to take shelter. This is only moving at about 20 miles per hour. Very slow moving thunderstorms with torrential rainfall. That's the other issue with these. Debris signature, yeah, there's not much right there. It's too much contaminated right now to see anything. And you can see a little bit of velocity right there. So that is the tornado warning that we're keeping an eye on. We also do have the severe thunderstorming and the heavy rain threat there. Let's go back to the watch here, and we'll keep an eye on there to give an eye on you. Let's zoom back out to the watch area and then stop it here for these areas, because that's the main storm we're going on right now. You can see that's a very strong core coming through just south of the city here. Torrential rains, that's a severe thunderstorm warning for those areas, and then the tornado warning up there. Right now, let's see if we got any type of reporting on this too much. Nothing yet at the moment to indicate we have that, but despite torrential rainfall, damaging winds for South La Crosse and La Crosse going south to northern Norfolk County with that severe thunderstorm, which has a very strong deep core in it. So the rain in that is going to be very intense. And then we do have the tornado warning for the northern areas going towards 53, just on the corner of Trempealeau County there too, and the northwest corner of La Crosse too. So if we kind of zoom back in, we can give you an idea on that, give you a better description of that, where it's going on. So that's the area right there. Now if we can actually take that and look at the velocity or look at radar winds, we can give you a better indication of where the core is on there. So let's get into the rotation there and zoom back in real close. We can get a better idea. So that is right there where we're seeing that green and red come together. So there is some rotation right now, no confirmation that it's on the ground, but definitely take shelter if you're in the area. Going through 14 right now, passing through pretty quickly. That's one storm that kind of developed just on the northern edge of this other one that we've been tracking pretty much for the last 30, 40 minutes heading east, that had a very clear signature tornado on it, and now is a severe thunderstorm warning for southern La Crosse County, northern Vernon counties. So that is once again until 6:30. It is a long time in a short area, but that's because it is moving only at about 30 miles per hour. So it gives you an indication how slow moving this storm is. Now, if you're looking for rotation on the other one, it still has a little bit there right there. You can kind of see, but it's very broad, as we've mentioned. When the colors are kind of separated like that, it's probably not at the ground. It's aloft, but it's a very supercell storm, and these do tend to recycle back and forth. So we'll have to still keep an eye as it pushes east, but that is a severe thunderstorm warning for those areas until 6:30. Right now, the rain is also the thing that I'm really worried about as we go throughout this whole time frame, to give you an idea. And let's go back and we give you an area here, and let's see if we got any type of rain reports on this. So let's zoom back out a little bit to give you an idea, and let's give you rain rates here to give you a chance to see. So when the storms went through Preston, they had over an inch in about probably 10 to 15 minutes to give you an idea. Right now, rain rates are just starting to pick up, and you can hear it outside, probably raining pretty hard. La Crosse areas, let's see if we got any more type of threats going on. In this threat too, do not worry yourself too much about hail. given that the cloud depth, we call it the warm cloud depth, or basically the cloud depth that is above freezing, it's very high. This is more typical of the southeast part of the U.S., so this is more of a heavy rain because the hail would be melting, adding to that precipitation, so that is not really a big threat to see during this time frame. Right now we're raining pretty heavy here at the airport, which makes sense given on radar. We zoom back in, the tornado threat there is, let's get this, and there we go. And zoom back in. Not a healthy looking core if you look at the two storms right now. Now, it is going close to the radar site right there, which can deceive the storm a little bit because it kind of undercuts that given the beam as it comes through. It kind of passes overhead. The radar cannot go straight up vertical. So you do see some tendencies to see a little bit less of that. So that's why it may not look as impressive on radar as it is, but we still have that threat going on. The one to the south definitely has all the indications of a very strong, severe thunderstorm with it, and still some rotation going on right now as it continues to push right across the area. That core looks to go just south, southern parts of La Crosse, northern parts, so maybe Shelby, going towards Stoddard would be the area with that one. Further to the north, that tornado is just in the northwest corner of it, so you're looking at towards that area, towards 35, 14, maybe getting up to 53 eventually if it holds together. Right now the core was kind of right over US 14. If we go back to the rotation, we'll kind of show that in a second. There you give a little bit of motion to see it. There was a little bit of rotation there. You can kind of see with the radar. It is not as impressive there. Further south, you can kind of see the core is kind of, now that looks like it kind of disappeared. That also could be radar that's not seeing it because the beam can't go that high, so it doesn't mean it has weakened as much as it passes through. Sometimes we look at a different radar to see that advantage at a different viewpoint that helps out with that kind of event that occurs. But it is going across the area right now. Bigger picture goes on. Those are all rainfall rates, 3-hour rainfall rates. The thing I'm really worried about is all that rain that's really lined up, the line from southwest to northeast. These lines are shifting east, but they are training over some of the same areas. That is something you would definitely have to keep an eye on going forward with these rain rates, because we've already seen that yesterday. When you get training over a small area, you can really dump 2.5 to 3 inches pretty quickly and cause some flooding issues. Rotation from the radar, that is really the only cell that we're keeping an eye on right now. Everything else is not showing too much, although there is a little bit of a signature just southwest of Preston Harmony, but that's really not showing too much. If you look at the one that was still a tornado warning on, we have a very broad signature, but once again, being so close to the radar, you can show that kind of being not as impressive. So it is now going just, looks like over Highway 14, or just in the vicinity of 14, kind of stretching north to south across the area, pushing across. And let me see if we got any more reports on this right now. Let's see if we got anything going on. Let's see, we got... well, we talked about the one near Hoka, too. We have another rotation, so we might have another tornado warning coming for eastern Houston County. We'll kind of zoom in that in a second here. There could be another issue with that, and the warning probably is coming out right now on that. So, and we just got the tornado warning for Houston, so right on time. We just mentioned that. So that one, let's take a look at here, too, to give you an indication of where that one is. And there it is right there. So there's still a warning on it. As I mentioned, this recycles. It has gone through several stages as it went into the county north of Caledonia. Now it has kind of wound itself back up. And now you definitely see, once again, this is close to the radar, so it's definitely going to see the lower end of this. So if you're seeing rotation here, it's likely at the surface, given it's so close to the radar that's sitting up on the ridgeline. So you can see right there, you definitely have a green and red coming together. That indicates you do have the tightening, so it has tightened once again. And so we have another tornado warning that is pushing. This time frame, let's look at the speed. Most of these storms are very slow moving. And let's see what we got here for the speed on this storm. We actually now have a confirmed tornado that is not just a spotted one, a confirmed tornado located over Hoka, so that radar is indicating that 7 miles southeast of Crescent, moving east at 20, so a very slow moving one. So it'll be near Hoka, Brownsville around 6:10 p.m., near La Crosse area probably around 6:15 if it holds together. So you should be taking shelter. You obviously should be inside just regardless of the severe thunderstorm coming through. But as we zoom back in, there is the core right there. And it looks like, if you look at that, it looks like it may be weakening. But as I mentioned, the radar can't scan the whole entire thing of this because it's so close to it. So it kind of loses that purple type reflectivity there for a brief moment. And that's why it has thing. But we definitely do have rotation on it right now. Let's see here. Make sure there we go. And give you an idea here, there it is right there. So both are till 6:30 p.m. for La Crosse and Vernon counties. It's not the entire Vernon County, to make note of that. That is really just the northern portion of Vernon County. So you're looking at basically Bergen. If it holds together, maybe Coon Valley. Once again, could be just Shelby area down to maybe as far as Brownsville right there. So Brownsville is probably the area right there that's focusing real tough right there is where it's tracking. That right there shows you that it is there. And yes, we have had a confirm on the ground with that tornado that was just about a few minutes ago indicating that. So they haven't had confirmation east of it, but we've been monitoring this supercell, which really is a supercell because it's been spinning around there all the way back to previous counties just east of Rochester. So it has recycled. It'll probably recycle again. Now it kind of indicates a little bit, maybe not as quite as tight, but being close to this radar, it's really hard to really discern that too much. So debris signature, this is going to be kind of messy being so close. So unlikely we're going to see too much in that. Some indications a little bit that, but that definitely further statement had it. So let's kind of now, what you're looking here is you're really looking outside the red, which is environmental stuff. The radar's going to try to pick up stuff that's being thrown around, and that shows up more of the bright color-like types, the whites. Right now, nothing too significant there to see. Probably rain, a lot of it. And let's see here if we got any more velocity things going on here. Right now, let's take a look. Once again, we can't forget that tornado warning that's up towards the north. So let's take a look at that again, too. That one still is to the north. It's kind of still spinning out there on its own. Let's put this in motion here. Got some rotation going on, but once again, it may be being influenced by the storm to the south. So we'll see if it can hold that together because it might be taking away its updraft capability with being so close to other storms. But there's definitely still some rotation there. That's not a confirmed tornado one. The one further to the south is the one that actually has the confirmed. Let me draw this over there so you can see. This is the one that has the confirmed one. This one up to the north is radar indicated. So that's the one that we definitely do have rotation on it. If we go back and see right there, you still got a little bit there, but it's very broad on that one. I'm not seeing a lot with that, too much going on. Let's see if they got an update on that one. Yeah, right now, it kind of indicated by radar, they're saying it's kind of a small tornado Hoka. It's kind of rain wrapped, which that's why the debris signature is not picking up on it right now. So there definitely is an embedded tornado in that. You may not see it likely with all the rain that's going on, and it seems to be recycling back and forth. Right now, it's just coming across the river, so we'll have to keep an eye still on that. Once again, that tornado warning is still out till 6:30. There we go, right there. It's coming right to the north of Brownsville. Shelby would be definitely area. Southern parts of La Crosse coming through is the one that we're keeping an eye on. So let's go back to this, give you an idea what's going on. Let's see. So that one's 6:30, and let's look at the radar indicated there. Still kind of broad, and it's hard to discern you have something going on, but definitely still have that out to 6:30. The severe thunderstorm warning that covers it will probably be extended further than this. It goes out to 6:30, just covers La Crosse down to Bergen, but I would assume with this continue going, you'll see extension all the way probably to Coon Valley. Why this is such a large area and not a lot of time? All right, and they just said Gunderson's is in lockdown due to this tornado warning. I'll give you an update on that too. So otherwise, they're moving only 30 miles per hour, so I don't want to dismiss the heavy rain threat, the torrential rain with this coming down that could really cause some impacts too. So keep advised of that along with the tornado that's coming through. They're moving at a very slow clip. And let's see if we got any updates. No updates on that right now. Well, I'll give you an idea how much rain fell for those interested. Target Field in Minneapolis got over 3.5 inches with the storms coming through. So it gives you an idea how much rain could be coming in a very short time. So far, we're still looking at that tornado. If we zoom back out to give you an idea what big picture going on, let's see here. We go back, and let's go here. There we go. So the watch continues till 10 p.m. for the entire area except just north of Eau Claire. This line continues to push east. If it comes together as one line, then a damaging wind threat would be it. But right now, it just seems to be individual cells creating some issues with it, and then you have some spin-ups. The notable one still is the one that's south of La Crosse. Everything across this other line is just heavy rain right now. If we put this in motion, you can see The training is a potential in some areas. The whole line is shifting east, and we're going to see more of it fill in for Winona up to Eau Claire. That activity to the west is probably going to fill in here very shortly. So you'll see occasional heavy rain with showers and thunderstorms coming through that. Right now, that doesn't look strong or severe. It's the initial stuff coming out. And we got to keep an eye out also on activity that's ahead of this line, which you see a little cell spin up there. Some of that can be quite severe and get tornadic very quickly just because it's individual by itself. Right now, you can still see the rotation with that one that's coming through the general rotation of the radar. So indicated that we still have that spin going on. Otherwise, if we kind of give you, let's zoom back in to see what we can see there. And the one to the north too. This one is still a tornado warning going on, definitely getting closer to 53. This is not, as far as I know, confirmed. This is still a radar indicated one. I have not seen anything on that change quite yet. Now if we go back and see the one further to the south, that's the one that we're monitoring right now coming through. It has been reported confirmed on the ground near Hoka. It's been kind of going back and forth, up and down. So it's rain wrapped. You will not see it as it comes through the area likely. And the torrential rain coming down is something, keep in mind, you definitely don't want to be out and about anything with this, with the amount of rainfall, but the tornado warning that's going on at the same time. Rotation-wise, there's your warnings. Now the tornado warning extends all the way almost now to Hamburg. We're looking now into parts, even Shelby included into that area now too with that tornado warning towel. The severe thunderstorm warning is kind of covering the whole entire area of this storm too, but the tornado warning is covering actually where the core and that tornado warning, the tornado is actually formed. Excuse me. So far, no reports on this yet. Last time I had it was up and down on the ground. So if you're in this area, obviously take shelter. We'll keep you informed on this. Let's go back to a big picture, and let's show you what future track will kind of show with this, which it sometimes can pick up on some of this activity, but sometimes it has a tricky thing of handling it. So you see that actual area is coming through. We have additional activity that could be coming through in the area. But then maybe by the time we get to 8:39, the severe threat probably starts to diminish a little bit, and it transitions more into a heavy rain threat, especially south of I-90. And overnight, we'll see probably a break in the precipitation with potential more showers and a few storms coming back in later tonight. That'll be for south of I-90, then maybe expanding towards the morning hour. With additional lines, we have still a cold front to come through for Thursday, so we might be doing this all over again tomorrow. Let's go back to the warning, see if we got any updates on that one. Right now, no conditional warnings on that. Excuse me. We're looking at warnings here. Let's go back to that one. So I need to get a drink of water here. Thank you. So overall, we still got the warning there that's to the north. That one so far has not been confirmed. It actually still is radar indicated, but now has passed 14, heading close to 53. We'll see if that continues to evolve. The one that is confirmed and the one that we're really definitely keeping an eye on too is the one to the south too. And we can kind of see if we put that in motion. They both are showing some signs of rotation with the radar. Obviously, the one to the south is a better core and stronger looking storm, but both could be producing, and the rain will be wrapped. You will not see this likely, so obviously take shelter, lowest level of the basement, stay away from windows. You will not see this until it comes overhead, and then obviously the wind threat and the flooding threat with this potentially coming through too. They're moving very slow. It's going to take some time for this to move through at 30 miles per hour. These are not fast-moving storms. None of them have been, and that includes the threat for rain right now. If we look at the rotation to see if that going on, let's see here. So really hard to tell right now with the rotation. It's just really broad and it's so close to the radar, it's getting a little more difficult to say, but it would be generally in this vicinity right there. Let me see if I can draw that for people. So it'd be somewhere right in here where you could see the tornado being formed or off and on being formed. That's where the rotation is. That covers the warning out to about Shelby to 6:30. If we kind of zoom back in for the other area to show you kind of where that, and that ball right there that you see, that is actually where the radar is right there on top of the ridge line. And as I mentioned before, when the storms get close to the radar, it obviously can't go straight vertical to see storms coming overhead. So sometimes they look like they appear to weaken as they pass over the radar site and then look like they kind of strengthen. But in fact, they're not doing anything of that. It's just the radar cannot see it. So to offset that, then you choose another radar site to look at a different angle. So right now, I don't see that threat. It looks like they have canceled that. Let me make sure about that for the tornado warning to the northern part of La Crosse County. Right now, the rotation for the southern one looks like it's going to straddle La Crosse-Vernon County line, so that would be like Shelby down to maybe Stoddard areas where that probably could be coming through. Don't have visual on it anymore right now, and it looks like the one to the north, as I mentioned, that one has been canceled or expired. It was probably canceled just because it was a fairly weak one and the rotation didn't look as impressive yet. So right now, that looks like the only tornado warning we have in the entire place. So let's zoom back in. This has been rotating. Let's put this in motion to give people a chance there to see if it comes through. And we don't need the last 6 hours. Let's go 1 hour. There we go. And slow it down a little bit. Here, let's go there. There we go, coming through, and we'll see. You can start seeing it spin right there coming through the area. Broad, it's likely it's still rotating, definitely rotating. It's been rotating all the way almost just east of Rochester. It's a long time ago, and it's actually had a debris signature in the near Yucatan or just in that area with a very strong signature. And now we have it confirmed. It was confirmed on the ground near Hoka. Now it looks like it's hard to say because it's all rain wrapped or whether that tornado's on the ground or not, but definitely take shelter. This is the very, very severe thunderstorm coming through, damaging winds and torrential rains coming with it, and with that tornado threat scooting through the area too right now. As I mentioned, that other one is empty, but let's see if we got any type of, let's zoom back out and get this motion and see if we got some rain going on here and see. Let's port this. There's your wind gusts right there plotted. We haven't seen too much of that yet. Rain, that's 3-hour rain, 3-hour amounts from the sensors at the airports. They're not quite getting it yet, but you see Preston's already up to 1.31 in the last 3 hours, giving an indication they didn't see the actual core go through them. I would assume you see 2.5 inches with that coming through southern La Crosse County, northern Vernon County with that area coming through right now. Let's see here, and that is the one only. So kind of zoom back out to give you a better picture of what's going on activity-wise. That is a solid line forming just to La Crosse down to just the Preston area. So that is a solid line of thunderstorms with very heavy rainfall with it, and potentially we could see severe weather with it. The only one right now that we're monitoring is the one in southern La Crosse County. There's your tornado warning out, giving indications it's straddling the Vernon County and La Crosse County line right now. And let's go back to rotation to keep your eye on there. Still, it hasn't really changed in appearance for a while. It's hard to say right now where it is, but you can kind of see a little bit of indication there was some green. But once again, close to the radar site, it makes it a little bit difficult to see at this point, but it is kind of straddling the La Crosse-Vernon County line as it continues to push east too. Once again, at only 30 miles per hour, so that is a very slow rate for any of these storms to be moving. Let's see, there we go. To give you an idea with the wind speeds, we can check that right now. And the other thing going on with these wind speeds so slow, it's to see some really wind gusts out of these storms, you really need some downbursts to come in with them because they're not moving as fast. So we're not seeing too much of that yet. And precipitation, that is the one other concern we're having. So let's zoom in on that storm right now to give you an idea with precipitation rates. You can see right there we got probably 2 inches per hour, so it gives you an idea how hard it is raining in some of these areas, and that can produce some flooding issues and some washing areas and all that. So it's something to keep in mind of with the tornado threat. They will produce very torrential rains. You can see that coming just in the south end of La Crosse, probably towards Shelby. I'll be seeing some of that here fairly soon. If we put that in motion, let's go the last 1 hour, not 2 hours. There we go. And you can see right there that rain coming down quite a bit. So that's one very big concern along with the tornado threat is the rainfall rates, especially since some of these areas that are going to get hit probably saw all the rain yesterday come through too. So that could exacerbate some problems too with some of the creeks and rivers. There's your tornado warning right now. still the one that we're monitoring. We'll see if we got an update on that. That one, that's up towards Lake City. Let's see, no, nothing going on right now. No updates on that. It is now coming through the area, so Shelby's getting hit. Southern part of La Crosse is getting hit with this. The core of it that we're still monitoring, let's go to that. And there we go. So that is right there coming into the picture as it spins up. It's kind of lifting a little bit towards the northeast as all these storms are kind of going to the northeast slightly. But you can see right there, and let's use my little, let's do this. There we go. So right there it's coming through. You can see it coming right through that area, spinning up. That's where the tornado would be if it's on the ground right now. That's why the tornado warning is out. So it is heading towards the Shelby area right now. Once again, this is rain wrap. You will not see it likely coming through, so that's why you don't want to be out trying to look for it. Definitely want to be inside taking shelter from this storm. It'll be rain wrapped. It'll come through by the time you see it. Excuse me. That's still 6:30 p.m. As far as I can say, there is nothing out there right now besides this warning that we're keeping tunes on, and we'll see what continues to go on. This storm had a very long history of it. It has started just west of Preston. It has come through and had a very long history. We can actually show that pretty far out. Let's go the last 3 hours, and we can see that this storm had a very long history of producing a very, you can see that signature right there, getting very tight, coming into the county, continuing to recycle, and now it's pushing east too. So long-lived supercell right there that has produced at least one tornado, probably likely two, given that we had a debris signature right there in this north of Spring Grove area. So that has been a history of doing this quite a bit, so that's why the warning continues. As you look to the west, there's not much behind this that actually shows much of a rotation right now at the moment. I think our threat will really go to a damaging wind and wind threat once this area has become more lined and not single cell storms that we're seeing right now. So if we go back to the warning, there it is coming through. If you look at bigger picture wise, we'll have to keep an eye on, let's see, Crawford, Vernon, Eastern Vernon County, Richland County. They are in front of this line and tends to see some storms pop up like that. Is the one you can see in Sauk County, that one that's over by Interstate 90. They can come to severe and tornadic very quickly ahead of the line because they're by themselves. Once they start forming a line, it's hard to do that. So that's why we'll keep an eye on those counties ahead of this to see if we got anything going in to northeast Iowa and southwest Wisconsin towards the Wisconsin River. Further north, it's just a lot of rainfall coming through Winona up to the north. That'll be the threat for heavy rain. We'll have to keep an eye on flash flooding issues and eventually maybe rivers. This is only the first round. We have a front coming through tomorrow afternoon. That'll be additional thunderstorms coming through. So we might have to do this all over again with severe weather, but actually thunderstorms too. So something to keep in mind of too that we'll have to keep an eye on tomorrow afternoon, not just tonight too. But the main thunderstorm right there, big picture, kind of zoom out. It's just kind of straddling, or actually now more into southern La Crosse County, the tornado warned storm right now. Right now, no indications yet. We haven't seen any reports of it. To remind, this is damaging winds, heavy rainfall, and the tornado threat. The hail threat is really not there, given how high the freezing level is. So if you lived in the southeast U.S., it's kind of remnants of what storms you'll see down there more. The rain is really the issue, and the tornado